Sunday, fun day, run day. I woke up and I was planning to run a recovery run, and I saw, hey, I can't do a recovery run because it's raining. I mean, theoretically, I could do a run indoors in the gym on the treadmill. Um, yeah, theoretically, right? But I hate treadmills. So, therefore, I don't want to go on the treadmill. So I decided I'm going to walk in the rain. The rain is not terrible, it's drizzling. I have my umbrella, so I'm good to go. It's all good. My alternative to getting on the live is to put my headphones on and listen to some music while I walk, but I made a business decision to do this live instead because I think that I did go live on Saturday, but it was more so about just on my way to my race. Yeah, so I did a live the other night that probably a lot of people that are regulars on my channel didn't view. So I'm just going to kind of circle back to the topic. If you want to view that original video, it's on my members only section, and I'll tell you why I put it on my members only section. I started that video with the intent to talk about how I feel about the twist and about Rachel not being there and stuff like that. And I was talking about that, but then, I decided to talk about something else that bothered me. And then the whole rest of the live became about that. So I said to myself, oh, I'm going to delete this video. But then I said, I don't want to delete videos because I sat here and spent 2 hours online talking, and I didn't do so for nothing. So if that piques your curiosity at all and you don't have a membership to my channel, get a membership to the channel. It's $2.99. You can open that up and listen to it. But I'm going to kind of go back through some thoughts that I had from that video, minus the personal aspects of it. So this is what I was saying. Two things. When looking at what the fandom has been doing this season, there's just basically two teams. You're for Riley and you're against Riley. I don't even think that there's been a lot of fans of the general cast. It's like they love Rachel Riley. Why did I say Riley? I'm sorry, y'all. They love Rachel Riley or they hate Rachel Riley. So if they love Rachel Riley, they have been fans of basically whoever is connected to her, which has been, I don't know, Amy, Jimmy, that has been Ashley, somewhat Will, at one time Ava, though it seems like that changed. Who else? And then kind of love-hate. Hello. And then kind of love-hate for Keanu. Because at times, because their relationship was love-hate, the frenemies and whatever. So everybody was always happy when somebody on Rachel's side went up, if you were a Rachel fan, and then if you were a Rachel hater, you were always happy when somebody from the other side goes up or wins a competition and has the power to choose who goes up or whatever. I'll say something about me. I'm not that type of fan. Even if I'm cheering for somebody, which I do every year, everybody has favorites. But I'm a fan of the Big Brother game itself. And I have felt all year like the game is compromised by the big brother blockbuster. Because for an example, we have two people who should be out of the game. Here's the thing. I have a greater respect for someone who gets put on the block 4, 5, 6 times and finds a way for people to vote for them to stay in the game. Because to me, the essence of Big Brother that made it so game, hi Jacqueline, it was more of a social game show than it was a competition show. I have other competition shows that I like. I like The Challenge. I've started to like Survivor. To me, this was never a comp show. This was a show of building relationships, forming alliances, and figuring out how those alliances and numbers could keep you in the game. And the comp part of it was just like, all right, the power shifts for the week. That's all the comps were, is a power shift. Now the competitions represent too many chances for somebody put on the block to get themselves off. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, two of the worst social players in the house are sitting here in the final, how many is it? 8. I think there's 8 of them left. Two of the worst social players in the game are sitting here in the final 8 because of being really good at the comps. And that totally takes away from the game to me. It totally takes away from the essence of what makes the game what it has been over the years. Secondly, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong because I have not watched every season, but I don't believe that there has been a season where somebody, aside from being removed from the house for misconduct, I don't think there's ever been another season where somebody was actually eliminated from the game with no eviction vote and with no power veto. Because I don't know what group of production got together and thought they ate when they came up with, instead of doing a traditional double eviction where they have a fast competition and a fast power veto competition and a live second vote. Man, are you kidding me? Because I personally, I can't speak for anyone else, but I personally look forward to the double eviction every single year. The double eviction is one of my favorite things. And this new idea that they came up with of no double eviction, then we're going to do some comp. We're going to do some comp after we get off the air. Then we're going to eliminate someone immediately with no process. Are you kidding me? I want to make this clear. I want to make this clear. Rachel being the one who got taken out by this makes it worse. But I would feel the same way about the process, regardless of whether it was Rachel or not. Because imagine you're playing a really, really solid game. You've kept yourself off the block, or you've survived the block, however you had to do that. You've been having conversations all week. You've been insulating yourself, creating house dynamics, and I hope that rain doesn't sound super loud on the feed, on the live. But anyways, you've been forming alliances with people, and you've been building up your territory. You've been figuring out what you're going to do in the remainder of the competitions. You're like, this is my strategy for a double eviction week, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, they throw in some janky, never been done before way to eliminate somebody. And you don't get a chance to say anything. You don't get your moment with Julie. You don't get to fight back. You don't get to talk to anyone and campaign to stay. It's just like, bye. Bye, Felicia. So, the people that say they don't want to watch Big Brother for the remainder of the season or ever again, I understand. You know, I actually have not turned on the feeds since Thursday. I didn't turn them on yesterday, and I didn't turn them on Saturday. A part of that is because I was traveling. That was a part of it. That was a part of it, but it wasn't all of it. I've been very unenthused about that. Now, I'll pick up the coverage again, but that's mainly just because I'm a channel that covers it. So when I cover the show, even bad seasons, I cover them cover to cover, meaning beginning to end. I don't quit before it's over. Will my interest be significantly down? Definitely. It already is. But no worries. For those who are finishing out the season, I'm going to be finishing it out with you. Yeah, so that was my thoughts on that. It's just, it was a bad idea, and it's so sad that of all people that was a casualty of this terrible idea, it had to be the one who was carrying the whole season from an entertainment standpoint, and clearly she was playing the best game. It's not just that she was entertaining, she was playing the best game, and a game that deserved to win. Would she have won? She even said herself, regardless of whether they did this or not, it would have been a hard road anyways. So it's not even close to any kind of guarantee that you would win or even sit on the final two chair. But she had probably as good a chance as anyone within that group. So we lost somebody due to a competition. We have two people in the jury, or at the very least, they're going to be in the jury due to competitions. Due to several competitions in their cases. So, Big Brother has done too much to get away from the essence of what made the game different than the rest. I'm not a fan of that, and I don't know. I sit here and I wonder to myself, do they even think about their mistakes? Are they going to try to correct it, or are they just going to say, this is new Big Brother, this is just what we do? But however, I feel like when the fandom says things, they mostly just ignore what the fandom is saying. But when former cast start saying we're boycotting and we're not going to watch anymore, this show is terrible and stuff like that, and it's cast saying that instead of just fans, it might be something they listen up to, because those former cast members have big fan bases. So they don't want outrage amongst big fan bases like that, I would think. So that's what I got to say about that. I don't know much about what's going on right now, like I said, just being honest. I did see that Lauren was the HOH. I mentioned this on the other one, but like I said, that's all on my members only tab. Lauren became the HOH. She put up Will. She put up Will, Ashley, and Morgan. Yesterday, Morgan won the POV, so that's 2 POVs in a row. Listen, out of all the people that are left, okay, I think the only person left that has not won a competition is Will. I saw something about Will actually have gotten injured. I don't really know the extent of what his injury is, but I saw something about him getting injured. But yeah, everybody else has won at least a competition or 2. So there's nobody that is head and shoulders above the rest. But I would say, and I hate even saying this, but the fact that no real huge game moves have been made and no major strategy has been leading the game from any of these people that are remaining, I would say that Keanu has as good a chance as anybody to win. And that's because he has a better shot than anyone to sit in the final 2 chair, I think, because he's good at the competitions. And look, Lauren is clearly working with him because she didn't nominate him, unless she has a backdoor plan. But I highly doubt that she would have a Keanu backdoor plan, especially since she was willing to put up Will. That says a lot that she put Will up. So Kelly, Keanu protecting each other because they're all they've got. Lauren's joined in with that. Vince is part of that. Morgan is not a part of that. Morgan is actually funny enough that she worked so hard to save Vince. I mean, even though Vince saved himself because he got the blockbuster to save himself, but she worked so hard to save Vince. And then Vince's bestie in the house, Vince's number 1 in the house, put her right on the block. So it shows that there is really not a Vince, Morgan, and Lauren. It's Morgan and Vince, Lauren and Vince, separately. So those are some of my thoughts on what's currently going on in that Big Brother house. And if you listened this far, appreciate you. We don't have a Sunday episode, so perhaps at some point later today, I'll prop on the feeds and we'll go from there. Prop on the feeds, take a look at what's happening today, and then I'll have some more to talk about then. But until then, please make sure, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you.